All right, as we told you in the feed, Apple is having a very bad, no good, terrible day with the iPhone 4. Is that a recall that I smell? Huh, I'm just acting, I don't smell anything. But it is the loop. Joining me now from Consumer Reports headquarters in Yonkers, New York, senior electronics editor for Consumer Reports, Mike Geekus is here. How are you, Mike?
Hi. Great to be with you.
It's a pleasure to have you here. You don't look too frustrated, so I'm assuming you're not trying to make a call on your iPhone right now.
No. Hello? No.
Oh, no, you were holding the phone with your hand. How dare you? You can't. The combination of...
Wait, it's the wrong hand.
Yeah, but the combination of human skin and AT&T means this thing doesn't work at all, apparently. You guys, Consumer Reports, did some testing, and you showed that the antenna in Apple's iPhone 4 is actually faulty, and it's not it's a hardware issue, you're saying? It's not a software issue that can't be patched? Is that true?
Well, no, we don't know what it'll take to fix. We do know that the complaints that consumers have had all this time, that touching this gap in the lower left side of the phone, here, let me show you, here, that people experience drop calls or the quality of the call goes down. We checked it out, and they have a legitimate claim.
Now, Mike, I've seen videos on YouTube of people putting this phone on a table and then touching it with their finger and saying, hey, look, the bars drop. But you guys took it a step further than that. You had a very controlled environment, right?
Right. Right, yeah, we did it in a controlled environment, and we hooked up instruments to it. You know, the bar drop is a separate thing, and Apple may have a legitimate point about not seeing the proper number of bars, you know, maybe an exaggeration in terms of what's on the display. But that's not what we measured. We actually measured the signal quality, and the fact is, when you touch the phone here with your finger or your palm, we measured with our instruments that the signal dropped about 20 decibels, significant enough that if you were in a low signal area, you could lose a call or data. That happened in our lab. It happened with 3 phones that we purchased at 3 different locations.
All right, so this isn't just one faulty phone out of the bunch. This is happening to them all.
Right.
And some people are saying, I mean, depending upon who you ask, Mike, every tech writer and blogger or analyst is now saying the only thing that Apple can really do at this point is a recall. I mean, do you think that's inevitable?
We're not going to guess what they're going to do or even suggest. We just identified a problem on an otherwise excellent phone. It's a great phone. Even in many areas, it was better than the previous iPhone, which was a top scorer. But it has this Achilles heel, if you will, that they have to address. Now, if they want to do that if a case works, fine. If maybe it's a firmware update that can improve sensitivity of the phone so that when people create a short or whatever it is that causes the signal drop, it won't be an issue about drop calls. But whatever it is, they have to come up with a solution that works, and consumers shouldn't have to pay for it.
Well, see, I completely agree that I know Apple has a history of sort of making good when something goes wrong. I mean, when the first iPhone came out and the prices dropped so quickly, they offered people at least an iTunes or Apple Store sort of rebate. Here, though, it seems that instead of saying, hey, look, that $30 piece of plastic that really costs us 2 cents to produce, that is the official iPhone bumper case, here they're saying, hold the phone differently and not, we'll give you a free case or a piece of duct tape to put over the gap. Are you surprised that Apple hasn't been more forthcoming and honest about this issue?
Well, if we look at it from their perspective, the second they admit that there is a problem, it becomes instantly expensive, right? So, but I'm sure they've worked in good faith. They make great products. This is one of them. It unfortunately has a design flaw, but in our labs, their products consistently do well. Not only on the inside, their fit and finish is excellent. They have great production standards. So we can only assume that they're working in good faith. They haven't given us any indication that they're not. They're probably looking at right now how if there is if they finally admit that there's a problem, what are they going to do to fix it?
Right.
But they have to fix it.
Mike, some are saying that they're going the opposite direction, and instead of even inching closer towards potentially admitting that there might be an issue, that they're running from it in the other way. And they're saying they're even actually deleting mentions of your report on their forums, the ones that say, hey, this actually is an issue. Have you experienced anything like that?
Well, we've heard about this, the deleting the forums, but I'm not going to presume, if that is true, I'm not even going to presume why they did it. I mean, there could be a very legitimate reason that has nothing to do with our report. forums traditionally are a place where people go to, look for specific fixes to problems. I go to them often with my gadgets, looking for the right file to download to fix a crashing problem, let's say, or to improve performance. So that could be it. But thank God the internet is wide open, and if that is the case, it's very hard to censor good information that's out there. And what we found is good information. I mean, this is an honest report that when you touch the phone here, you're going to have signal loss, and that we discovered in the lab.
Mike, we really appreciate your time. Mike Ickes, everybody from Consumer Reports, thank you for keeping us in the loop, sir. We appreciate it.
Great to be with you.